What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JP, and today we're doing another reaction to Aber and Preach video called "Technology is Ruining Children." Teacher quits. I guess a teacher quit teaching kids because of technology. Hey, listen. At the end of the day, we're in a new era. Either adapt or go figure it out. But let's see what they talk about.
Right. This came from a teacher who decided she had some things to say.
The last few weeks, I have been recording some rants during my planning period. I'm in a classroom right now. Go Bulldogs. And this will not be my classroom after Friday. I am actually leaving the profession. I am quitting. Well, actually, I did quit, but Friday is my last day. I think we have a month left of school after that, and I will not be the teacher in this classroom. There is one issue I really want to talk about as an educator who is leaving, that I feel like a lot of people have tried to address, but school boards and superintendents and people who actually can make this true difference in their school districts aren't listening. What I really want to talk about is how technology is ruining education. So in my county, every student in the county, I believe from 6th grade through 12th grade, gets their own district or county distributed iPad.
Is that a thing?
It wasn't when I was in school.
That's the first time I heard such a thing. But I believe what
That's a privileged ass school too. I do tell you that because we ain't had that shit.
says. I believe that.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I
never heard about that shit.
That's crazy.
But that
sounds like a horrible idea.
But if you're telling me, because I was like, oh yes, please do tell. Yeah, technology is ruining. Of course it is. If it's a county provided iPad.
I mean, to be fair to her, I think it's ruining kids irrespective whether they get iPad. But that's just an extra layer. Let's keep watching.
I thought I hated technology because kids were iPad kids growing up and they just have too much access to games and entertainment, and they don't want to use technology for education. They want to use it for entertainment. And to a degree that's true, but what I am learning is more than that, in that technology is directly contributing to the literacy decrease we are seeing in this country right now. A lot of these kids don't know how to read because they have had things read to them, or they can click a button and have something read out loud to them. Their attention spans are waning because everything is high stimulation. They can just scroll, watch less than a minute. They can't sit still for very long.
No, that is a real complaint. Like a dopamine fix, a dopamine high can really ruin a generation of people. This shit be even ruining me sometimes. You get to a point where discomfort isn't, you don't have to be discomfort. You don't have to worry about discomfort or being uncomfortable because you got all types of, especially if they don't have a control over the internet over there. On these iPads, you can really ruin people because they got this access to internet that they normally would not have, and that they can really just do what they want to do. They don't have to pay attention in class during lectures. I mean, we used to have it to where you had to roll out them TVs or hit the projector for a PowerPoint. They probably don't do that no more, but this is interesting. I would love to be a fly on the wall in those classrooms to see how those kids' behaviors act based off of the access to iPads that they have. I mean, the stimulation they get, you as one teacher, just teachers in period, you just can't compete with that. That's crazy.
Something I've realized is, like, on a day, I know when I was their age, I thought movie days were a treat. I loved movie days. It was a way to relax, kind of take a break. And for them, what they mean when they say they want a movie is they want a movie on in the background for the noise while they scroll on their phones, put their headphones in, look at TikTok, and maybe talk to their friends and not pay attention to anything.
I will say I agree with her. Growing up, movie day for us was definitely like a day off, or like a off of the period we were in.
100%.
And for them, it's like, and I'll probably say, I don't think technology is ruining kids. It's just ruining everybody.
Yeah.
I can't watch movies. I hate watching movies. I'd rather do anything else. Unless
My movies or TV is YouTube. Like, I literally watch that much YouTube that I can't. I said that I can. I just don't find myself interested in sitting down and watching regular TV. Like, I just have the abundance of stuff to pick from. So I can only imagine how students are doing in school and they got TikTok in school. Crazy. They should have had a way to ban that. If they're gonna ban that out of the country, why would you have that in school? That's crazy work.
the movie's really good and can keep my attention, I can't be bothered. I'd rather play games or do anything.
You know where I can watch movies?
Why?
Planes.
Yeah, because you have no other choice.
I have no choice.
Yeah.
It's sleep or that. So that's why I can watch movies.
And that might be a reason why the movie industry is going going into the tank. And you know what? I had that conversation with somebody on Instagram in the comment section, and I said that TikTok, and fast-paced content, fast stimulating content, is part of the reason why the movie in Hollywood is going down. Because now people don't need movies to stimulate them; they can just stimulate themselves off TikTok or any of these fast-paced Instagram, that these algorithm-based platforms that's feeding to keep you on the platform. So that is a interesting take for sure. Like, technology really is ruining a lot of things. I mean, it's changing. Let's say that. 'Cause I ain't gonna necessarily say it was ruining if that's the industry you like being in, but it's definitely changing, folks, for real.
Cinemas, although it's been a while I haven't been in the cinema, I can watch movies at home very hard.
Yeah, you know, this makes me think of weed. Like, weed for adults is one thing, weed for kids and their development is horrible.
Yeah.
Just is. That's like scientifically backed up. Fine, great. So why? We bar the kids from having it. Do kids still get it? Sure. But it's not good for them. And there's reasons to bar it. I think technology operates the same way, if not much worse. It's highly addictive, much more present, much more geared towards getting them hooked on it. Weed doesn't have that same thing. So
Have
for
you
me,
seen videos, have you seen videos of kids throwing tantrums
'Cause they took-
you?
yeah,
Yo, scary.
yeah. But I mean,
By Exorcist.
the parents let them get addicted to it, and
Emily
afterwards they got these addicts, and now they're having withdrawal symptoms.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, I watched how my niece is, and she's like 2 or 3, and I watched her how she is when she watches like Barney, and then she moved on to Baby Shark. I'm learning all these shows I never even knew existed, and I see how she's hooked for it. And like, you realize there's like an emotional attachment to this entertainment. It's like part of their feedback loop in their brain. It's very deep. So of course, when you take it away from them, they start having a tantrum. You have to almost untrain them from thinking that's acceptable to do. So with these kids, you've let them get fucking hooked on this drug for 10, 12 years. By the time they hit 13, 14, you try to take that shit away from them, they're like, you might as well take in their whole world. It's the way that they learn about stuff. It's the way they socialize with their friends. It's how they basically get their entertainment. It's what keeps them going when the parents don't want to spend time with them. Because
A lot of them that don't know nothing about that coming to the house when the street lights come on. That's a word of outside and mingling with people. I wonder how this is going to affect people when they get older and these Gen Alphas and late Gen Zs hit. They're like 30s and they have like, I think the antisocialness is going to be on 10. Like, going out. I mean, they really gonna have to build a virtual world for people like this, because that's the only way I see people really intermingling outside of, like, streaming university is just a start. Man, this is about to get crazy.
sometimes parents give their kids technology because they don't.
It's a break.
It's a break for
It's a
them.
break.
And like, I get it. Sometimes you need it. You can't be looking at your kid while you're cooking all the time. I understand. But some parents overdo it. And then the kids, because they've been overdone on the thing, end up being fucked up as a result. So it doesn't surprise me what she described. But these kids, when she said these kids can't watch movies, I'm going to tell you, adults can't watch movies either.
That's correct.
A lot of them, their attention span has shot down completely. And some of you watching right now, you know I'm talking about you.
Yeah, you sure is. Because I definitely have a hard time, not necessarily watching movies, but focusing on certain things that I really don't want to do. And I'm trying to train myself into going back into being comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's really a big thing. If you lack the ability to be uncomfortable, that cell phone will be an addiction. Like, it's seriously, like, if you just like can't sit in your own head or can't sit in a task that you got to get done, you will run to that cell phone, because there's so much you can do on that to distract you from what you want to do. And it's called like a dopamine fix, you know what I mean? And a dopamine addiction, you know what I mean? You don't want to get caught in that, because that's the deeper of it. It's really just caught in dopamine, for real.
Some of y'all watching us as a background noise.
Yeah.
Rude.
Some of y'all watching us while
Hey, mind your business.
you're scrolling other shit. You probably on Reddit while you have this in the background.
Rude.
Yay.
Hey, that YouTube Premium. Shout out to YouTube.
Are you looking right now? You better be looking. That's only for the people who watch.
That was Fucking rude.
Whenever I do have a movie day, I can count on one hand the amount of students in all 3 classes that I teach throughout the day who maybe actually pay attention to the movie. It's frustrating and it's disheartening because if I ask a child to handwrite something, even just a paragraph, 5 sentences, basic paragraph, they roll their eyes, they throw tantrums,
Nigga, when was the last time I really had to hit my handwriting ain't even all that crisp. And then now when I think about it, like autocorrection, I don't know if I can make it without autocorrection. Because I be misspelling like a mother, man. I ain't gonna lie. Not having autocorrection, I might look like an idiot for real. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm 31 with this. This is crazy. So only imagine. Man, it's crazy.
about high schoolers. I teach 10th grade now. They get...
God damn.
God damn.
God damn.
And why we have the right to vote, why this stuff is important. And I just don't think these kids even care. They don't care about making a difference in the world. They don't care about how to have a resume. They don't care how to write a resume. They don't care how to write a cover letter because ChatGPT will just do it for them. And I think that we need to cut off technology from these kids probably until they go to college. Call me old.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of agree with that. Like, disabling it until they get to college. Like, because people still need the fundamentals. Like, without the fundamentals, in a society where you get hacked, like Watch Dogs or something, like, what are y'all capable of without that? So, I do think the fundamentals is definitely necessary.
Fashioned. I will be old fashioned, but
In Quebec, starting next September, it is now banned for kids to use their cell phone at school. What she's talking about is they're doing that here, and I don't disagree. I don't disagree because we're losing them. We're losing them.
I disagree, but for a different reason.
Go ahead.
I think it doesn't go far enough. I hear what this lady's saying, and I think it definitely is a real issue. I just don't think whatever solution that people are proposing now goes far enough. It needs to be banned outright. Maybe I sound crazy. Maybe I'm old-fashioned.
No.
But genuinely, I just don't know how you guys know this rots adult brains, and you think it's like okay for it to rot kids' brain.
Right, like as an adult, like I said, I'm 31 and I'm having a hard time maintaining it. So if I do, and I think for me, I have a lot of self-awareness. Like I think I have more self-awareness than the average person. So if I have a hard time with my self-awareness, imagine a 17-year-old that don't even know what they wore to school that day. Yeah, they definitely not gonna have a easy time managing an iPad that's designated to them from the district. That's crazy. And they got a TikTok in their classes. That's crazy.
Can't understand how you guys think that's acceptable. I'll never understand. Ban it for all of them.
I agree.
But I think it literally makes zero difference whether or not you ban that shit at school. Doesn't matter. If they can just go home and use it right afterwards, none of this shit matters. Because the same effect that it's going to have on their brain in terms of melting it is going to happen. They're going to get the weekend. It's going to melt them more. They're going to have their little lunch breaks. It's going to melt them more.
Yeah, but they're not.
And then, because then the parents got to also do their job when they get out of school. And then a lot of people are lazy. They don't want to parent their kids. They rather let them be on TikTok and do all that so they don't have to worry about entertaining them, teaching them nothing. They could just kind of go about their day and let their kid kind of raise themselves, which is crazy because then that's how you get these iPad kids that, like I said, don't have no respect, think they're too smart than they really are, and or just watch a bunch of dumb crap because they ain't got nothing better else to do. So they're not being productive with it. You know, like with me doing this, I'm trying to be productive. Like I watch a lot of YouTube, more YouTube than I probably should. And this is me saying, you know what? All this YouTube I watch, let me put it into something that I can grow. I can be not just a consumer, but a producer. And then that producing can produce some income that can eventually change my life. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to watch all this YouTube, I need to get something out of it. You know what I mean? And I think if they were to find a way to transform this for people, then I think that result can also help people change their lives too, outside of just trying to cheat on tests because they lazy. But shout out to Aber and Preach. I'm gonna let them finish and rock out with what they doing. If you want to go watch the rest of the video, go watch it. You see the title up there. Technology is ruining children. Teacher quits. Aber and Preach, you know, they big YouTubers, so help me get up there and hit the subscribe button. But anyway, shout out to your boy And yeah, till next time I'm out. Deuce.